Hello guys, this is Stryderprime. How's everybody doing? I'm here showing off my latest purchase that I got during Black Friday. And as you can see, it is not a Gundam. It is a video card. This is the Geforce RTX 2070 XC Ultra video card. The model, I should have looked for the model number here, but it's somewhere around here, but I'll look for it in a moment. But this is my latest purchase for my Alienware computer that I purchased a few years ago. And I got it at a store called Micro Center that was on sale for $5.49. It's a pretty hefty box. Steep price tag, and a virtual powerhouse, you could say, of a video card that I just got. Now, what led me up to buying this? Well, first things first. A few years ago, I purchased my Alienware Area 51 computer, which was an i7 5820K CPU running at 3.3 gigahertz. It came with 16 gigs of RAM, and it was a one SSD card, hard drive, two standard hard drives as well. I got at a good, relatively decent price. It was like clearly under $2,000, but I opt for better memory and all that stuff. I just did not increase change the video card of it. It came with the stock ATI card, which I don't remember the number, so you have to forgive me on this. And what I did was, at the time when I got the computer, I replaced the, I used the ATI for a time being, and it was okay, but I replaced it with a card that I purchased a couple of maybe 6 or 7 months prior, because my older computer's video card crashed, and it was an old 460 video card, and upgraded to a 960, a GTX 960 from EVGA as well. And that card performed beautifully on my PC. I was able to play the latest games and whatnot, and I enjoyed it. Really, that was 2 years ago. And as years passed, the card kept on working. But as every generation of cards and games comes out, usually the games is based off the reference card or drivers of the next generation. So when the new games started to come out, I started to notice the performance hit on my PC. Doesn't matter if you have the fastest processor or the best RAM. If you don't have the best video card, sometimes they'll tax your system. And a video card that's 2 generations older than what current video cards are that can perform well on current games, you do see a performance hit. I was originally going to get a 1080. I said to myself, okay, I could probably afford it now, because back then I couldn't afford it, and I was actually willing to pay for that. But then nVidia began showing off the reference cards for the RTX line, and they came out with the 2080s and the 2080 Ti's, and I was impressed with the results. Wasn't too impressed with me spending over $800. The cheapest was like $799, and you'll be lucky to find one. The other cards were abundant. They were all over the place. But this one, for me to spend $800, you're kind of saying to yourself, okay, do I really want to spend $800? Granted, a card like that will last me for a couple of years, obviously with updates and drivers and all that stuff. And I do want to update my aging card. Go 2 generations above what it was. So I had to wait, and that's when Black Friday rolled along and the 2070 cards came out. So the model number, in case you guys want to know what it is the 08G P4-2173-KR. And the specs on this, as I'm reading here online, is as follows. It's running at a boost core clock speed of 1725 megahertz. It has 2,304 CODA processors. Its maximum output digital resolution is 7680 by 4320, so I'm assuming that's 4K. It can support up to 4 monitors, and the maximum refresh rate is 240 Hertz. It is stocked with 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM. Memory bandwidth is 448 gigabytes per second, and core memory clock speed is 14,000 megahertz. Let's unbox this little boy, see how it is. Let me adjust the camera because this thing is going to be huge, so you guys can see this. Now, I also paid a little bit more money because obviously this is an investment. I don't want this thing to break on me. So if something does happen, I can return it. I purchased a warranty on it. 2 years should be fine. And if I want to up the warranty, I can. I decided to go for this type of brand because the ones that I've been reading about for the for the 270 on other brands like Gigabit and Asus, I've been hearing some negative things about it, and especially some bad reviews. But I have not heard no negative reviews on this one so for now. Take that out. Oh, wow, that thing is heavy. I'm checking the box right now to see if there's some sort of CD or DVD installation software. I don't see anything here on the bottom part of the box. On the top part of the box, no such animal. Alright. So here's the installation guide. So clearly it says here, turn off your computer, unplug it, remove the slot cover corresponding to the PC slot, of course, and then install your Geforce graphics card into the primary PCIe X16. It says here you can set it up for 2-way 3-slot SLI or 2-way 4-slot SLI. But if I read this correctly, I thought that the 270 models are not SLI compatible or not set up for that. Here's the power connectors, of course. Here are the option slots where you have how many connectors. We're going to review this in driver installation. You go to their website, so there's no CD to install. And then what the power outage is. My PC is running at a good 800 and something watts, so this will support this card. you know what? Before I actually, you know what? Sorry, never mind. So here's what the card looks like. Oh my god, this thing is ridiculously heavy. Here's the cover for the slot here. Look at the massive heat sinks, Jesus. And then here is the the slots here for the connectors, obviously. So that's HDMI, and I think this is the other connector, and this is another HDMI, I guess. I don't know, can't tell, but yep, there it is. Alright, so let me explain what I'm planning to do right now. I'm going to be doing a set of videos of me showing off my current card running at the, you know, the 960, playing games that I have been playing recently. I'll be showing off 3 games and maybe 4 games. So I'll do before and after video shots of this. And this will not be recorded from the computer. This will be a camera pointed to the computer because one, I do not have a standard monitor. I have a ultra widescreen monitor. So even though it's not 4K, which the resolution right now on my computer, if I'm reading it right, is 2560 by 1080, ultra wide at 60 Hertz. My monitor is an LG monitor, which I can actually change the hertz from 60 to 100 Hertz. So I'll be flipping in between there to see how much you know, quality of frame rate I'll get, both on the old card, so you guys can see it, and then what do I get on the new card. So I'm not going to overclock the card or increase the, you know, damage or anything like that, because technically speaking, this will outperform my card completely. But how much? So let me get this. Let me get prepared for this, so you guys can all see this in my next video reviewing this video card.